call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a thing.
Good morning, Options Trade King. Man, well, I'm gonna keep doing those videos. Only got a couple people on here. Let's start taking a look at some stuff here. SPY, or if let's look at futures real quick. All right. So you can see futures are actually downtrending now in the short term, right? See how that's rotating, a little bit of a pullback. I could see if this level right here doesn't hold, if 40, 60 really can't hold, we're probably going to come down to 405, 4, yeah. We had not a lot of, I mean, there's some support up here, right? I like 405, but really if that can't hold, then we're going to come back down to the 403. Let's just see how long it downtrends, but we are quite a bit above the 9-day EMA, right? I mean, 9 EMA is still down at 400. So I could eventually see a pullback back to 400, which wouldn't be a huge drop, right? I mean, it'll feel big, I'm sure, but it won't be bad. SPY, yeah, same. I mean, really same picture, right? Except that the SPY, because it doesn't run as much as futures, is still in an upward trend. Now, if we can't get out of this bottom channel, this will start to rotate, and then we'll move. We'll see it. We'll be in a slight pullback, back to the 9 EMA possibly. But we see them. We see. I mean, nothing says that it might not get a complete rally today and run up to 410 before turning around. Okay, so we'll just have to watch. What stocks do you guys want to see? Good morning, everybody. Anybody want to see certain stocks? I'll pull up a few here, but just type in what you want to see. I'll just kind of go down through my list. We'll just pick some random ones out. Apple should look the same as SPY. Yep. So we are recovering EMAs. Very nice, strong uptrend. We did break through the 50 EMA, and just like the other, just like look at the SPY, right? We said we might need a pullback. I mean, normally when we break through a big resistance, we'll come back and test as a support, and sometimes it's a day or two later. So we might see this come back down to 125 area. Okay. Airbnb is looking strong, just because it's consolidating in a nice upward trend. So we're back ahead of our 50 or 9 and our 20 EMA. We could see a pop out of this in the next week. DKNG. So on the short term, we can see this is a nice uptrend. We got denied off the 20 EMA yesterday. Okay, we hit the 20 EMA, we pulled right back, but in pre-market we got a big jump. Okay, so we'll either pull back down to here, could happen. Otherwise, what we'd like to see is if it pulls back at all, we'd like to see that 64.40 range, 64.35 hold. Right, that's our 20 EMA. So if we can count this as getting through there is real, which we will be in the short term, we'll be in this upper channel, right? I could definitely see us pulling back a little bit and then getting back above. We'll see. But once again, DraftKings on the 30-minute chart is just now rotating. So 45-minute will be down a little bit still. Yep. So this is, DraftKings is then starting to get a nice turn. We'd just like to see that recover that 20 EMA and keep that. We know that the 30-minute chart is turning. If this can stay up above that, the 45-minute will turn, the hour will turn, so on and so on. So it'll look better and better for longer term. Beyond. All right, so Beyond is in a 15-minute uptrend, 30-minute uptrend, 45 is still down. As long as we stay above that 9 EMA, though, that'll start to turn also. So yeah, this makes sense, right? Trends are starting to turn. We're recovering EMAs. We couldn't hold the 20 yesterday, so we pulled back. Now we'd like to see this consolidate and do another rip towards the 20. It already did pre-market. So now you'd like to see that 20 hold at 135.37 and see that uptrend continue. But as long as it holds at 20 EMA, like I said, it's going to start those other, it'll start looking better on longer term graphs also. Okay. We are trending, and you can see here that we, as of March 31st, we crossed the 0 line and we've been holding above the 0 line on the MACD. So downtrend lasted for about a week there on the 15-minute chart. So let's see if we can hold this uptrend now and reverse. All right. Baidu, Baba. All right, Baidu. Pre-market, we're down a little bit. That's okay. It was just yesterday we got a nice jump and we tried to. There's a lot of EMA resistance right here, the 9 and the 100 EMA are still in the way. It kept getting denied. That 100 kept denying it, so it pushed down this morning. That's fine. We'd just like to see it get back above 227. So like to see it consolidate down here, right? Maybe at this downward channel, this resist or the support right here, and then get a bump up and power through is what I'd be watching for on Baidu. But Baidu it has been reversing into an uptrend. I mean, on the 30-minute chart, I bet it's an uptrend. Yep. 45 might still be down. Yep. So 45 is still down. So we'd like to see this, like I said, see this recover. As long as it stays on this upper channel, we'll see this start to rotate around. The hour will start to rotate around. It'll look better on a longer term chart. Right now, the short term is looking good though. Baidu Baba. All right, and guys, like I said, I'm not doing like scalping strategy right now. We're looking more at swings. And then I have these linear channels up here. Like I said, it just helps show you a direction very visually and easily. Okay, and then I'm looking at the EMAs too to kind of look at prices. So 15-minute chart, this is looking good. We broke through the 9 EMA. We're getting resistance against the 20 EMA. Got denied, so it came back down, right? Like to see this at least recover the 229 and then reattempt the 232 resistance. 30-minute chart, this is still pointing up and we're still looking good. 45-minute is down, but that's okay. Like I said, we're just now, if you look at this, I mean, it was in an obvious downtrend, okay? So on the shorter term, the 15 and 30-minute, we're seeing a reversal and we're seeing it start to point up. That's what we want. So let's just get this price back in this up above that 9 EMA, and we'll continue to see that uptrend go. And you can see on the 15-minute chart also, yeah, so you see how it's barely pointing up, and the MACD agrees with that. We returned to a positive trend here just yesterday, really. So like to see that hold. PLTR. All right, so PLTR is pulling back a little bit in the short term. Try to get through some EMAs. We got denied off the 20. And so now, and you can see same thing with the MACD. It all agrees, right? We're in a little bit of a downtrend. If we can just get back above, 2330, we'll see this start to rotate back up and be in a good place. The 30-minute chart is still pointing up. and the 45-minute is going to start pointing up, right? So as long as we get that 15-minute chart pointing back up, we'll see that this is just a short-term down, the short-term pullback, because on the 30 and 45-minute, we're still in the, still looking good. We just need to get 15 minutes to start agreeing. Otherwise, if it stays down here and the 15 minutes starts pulling down, it's obviously what's going to happen at the 30 and 45. They're going to follow. Just take longer. LNC. Okay, so we had a nice channel breakout right there. King took this play. I told you guys this day because I highlighted this. He took it this day somewhere on this breakout. I don't know exactly where he took it. I think he took it like right here. Anyway, it should be up. I haven't looked at this play here recently. But still looking good, okay? You can tell we have just been in a nice, solid uptrend, right? Would like to see, and we're up pre-market, we're up here, so that's good. So we'll see what happens there, but pre-market we're up. Might pull back, but that's okay. We're still, like I said, we're still trending upward. 30-minute chart is looking good. 45 is also up. We're sitting on that trend line. Even the hour is still down, but longer term trend is starting. I mean, we're up this upper channel. This will start to, those other ones are all up. It's going to start pulling the hour up. Is BA for 160 and a Facebook 312 409 expression still looking good? Okay, let's look. BA. All right. BA 160. That must be not correct. You'll need Don, friend. You'll need to re-look at the BA because it can't be the 160. All right, I'll come back to that. Facebook. All right, so it all depends on what happens right here, right? So here I'll just show you guys what Facebook's been doing. So first, you can see, and I'm gonna get rid of the linear regression channels here, just so because I drew channels on here too. All right, so you see we've been on this upward channel, and we keep getting these wedges. So it hits the top, consolidates, gets kind of pinched and jumps. Okay, consolidates, hits this bottom channel, jumps. So now we're right here pinched again. We're a little bit past. If this doesn't pop today, then, or watch us in the first couple hours. But honestly, if it doesn't, if this goes, this is technically looking like a breakdown. So watch it. And now, not to say this won't get bought up real quick, but just watch it, okay? I mean, technically, this channel could be more symmetrical to this one. So not to say this is not an official breakout yet or breakdown yet. Okay, just watch this closely. If it breaks, if it hits 305, I'd probably bail for sure. But just watch how this goes. Like guys, it might hit 305 and it might skyrocket. I'm just telling you my opinion on stocks. Okay, but that's Facebook. I would like to see another pop up here, and so over the last couple of days, right? It gets that side, and then all of a sudden it popped from 300 up to 310. Okay, we could very well see a $5-10 pop if that goes again. It just has to go. So we'll keep an eye on it. BA 260. All right. Let me look at this for a second. But So this one, it is in a slight downtrend. If this can't gain any traction this morning, and it did get a sell signal there. I don't know if this is going to hit 260, to be honest, guys, by tomorrow. I mean, it's going to pull back to the 9 EMA probably. And then we see, excuse me, on a longer term trend, it's still looking good, right? We're still strong trending up. But to hit 260 by tomorrow, watch this for the first couple hours. Okay. Honestly, if it breaks any lower, it's going to head down to here. And then it'll start to recover, but I just don't know if you're going to end up better selling it at open, or if you're better off waiting until close to see what happens. Let's just watch the first hour and see how it goes. MA 380 call. What's the deadline on MA? What's the expiration? So here you can see the 15-minute chart is looking very strong. 30-minute chart is also looking strong. 45-minute chart is looking strong. Hour chart is still down, but we're in this upper channel. So, this is just starting to rotate, right? We should see that hour chart as long as we keep trending up here. We hit the top, we pulled back, and now we're trending up again. This is looking good still. MasterCard looks great. I just don't know over Friday 4-9 380 call. No, there's I don't see it getting to Friday 4-9. Yeah, that's this week. Okay. Watch this first couple hours, guys, but unless some of this shit really rips off, which here you can see it hit a resistance right here, and it's pulling back. But there's more resistance at 373, and then more resistance at 378. I don't see this hitting 380 by Friday. I have to say it couldn't, because it has before. All right, here's a one-day move. Let's just watch it open. Things are still coming back. I just watch this for the first hour and see what happens. If this gets really rippy, but it does have the potential to possibly hit. It does have the potential to hit it. It's just not getting really strong moves, so we need a strong pop. We are trending upward. We're above the zero line, but with only, I guess there's 3 days left, including today. With only 3 days left, I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. See how today opens. Watch today. Maybe watch till the end of the day. I forgot. There's 2 days left, so even after today, there'll be 2 days left in the market. So let's just keep an eye on things for the first couple hours today. Tesla, TSLA. I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking it was like 2 days left, but really there's 3 days if you include today. So there'll be 2 days after today. So there's still some time on those. Tesla is looking good again, guys. I know it's at 689. It's struggling here a little bit. But it's recovering these EMAs. It's holding this 50 EMA. If it can keep holding that and consolidating, we'll see a pop. 30-minute chart is uptrending. 45-minute chart should be uptrending. Hour chart probably downtrending. Almost up. So this is starting to give a real bullish look on the short-term and long-term outlook, or swing outlook. So yeah. So Tesla's looking good. So let's watch MasterCard, Facebook, and BA today, right? Got 3 days left. So let's watch the first few hours. You guys can ask me in the room or DM me. If you guys ask me questions in the room, make sure you at Iceman so I see it. I'll get lots of texts, and I do others. I'm watching stocks during the day, so I miss some of the conversation sometimes. Yeah, so I mean, we're got a small uptrend on the 15-minute, but 30 minutes pointing up, 45-minute is way down. So we're still in an early recovery on this stock. Oops. So we just like to see this stay in the upper channel, keep this see this recovery continue, right? But we recovered the 200 EMA. Told you guys sometimes it takes a day or two, but it came back and tested, right? And now we're continuing, or hopefully we're continuing. If it keeps coming back and testing it, then it's probably going to fail. Here you can see it's already tested a couple times over the last few days. We'd really like to see this stay above, see this price hold at $19 so that we can start our uptrend again. If it keeps failing, keeps coming down and testing on this, eventually this 200 EMA support is going to give away and we're going to go back and test lower lows again. So skills looks okay, but we just want to see it hold those prices. Tesla 514. Yeah, Tesla looks good for 514. It really does. MSFT. Microsoft. So we're really at a point here where we're going to probably start breaking down, or we're going to break up. We are in an uptrend on the 15 and 30 minute, 45 minute. We're still up. Hour, we're just turning, or we're up. There you go. So this is uptrending nice. Just like to see this break out, right? I mean, we've been consolidating for the last couple of days on Microsoft. We're about to hit the zero line, so we've been uptrending, since really longer than that. We started to kind of go into our uptrend here back on March 26th. Dipped down for a day, but didn't hold it. Held the zero line. Now we're coming back to the zero line again. So what's going to happen here, right? Are we going to start? Or is that going to hold and reverse and go up, or are we going to go below the zero line, which would break us down and put us back into a short-term downtrend, possibly to come back and touch the 9 EMA? So it depends on what you have for Microsoft, but it still looks good. It looks bullish in the long term. It's just it may be heading for a pullback. We just have to watch and see. All right, guys. Anything else you want to see? Stocks? Anything? Chat? Questions about the market? We are going to have a pullback here one of these days. I don't know where we'll get to first. I stopped trying to guess because I kept trying to hit the top of the SPY, and I just can't quite get it. SPY keeps getting, every time it looks like it's going to get a pullback, it gets bought right back up. So we are in 405.36 pre-market. That might be considered a dip. It might just get bought up and start our, and start this return. We'll see the NASDAQ NDX. NASDAQ was actually, flat or down yesterday. So the question is also, where is this? Where's this going to head to? This is big tech. We're at a point here where it's either going to, we're at like a kind of a decision point here. It's either going to break upward or it's going to start rotating down and come back for a 9 EMA support. See here, you guys haven't heard me talk about EMA squeeze for a long time just because we haven't had a real green market, but I love EMA squeezes. It's kind of what probably rocketed this up. See how all the EMAs got bunched up real tight right here. Got 100 EMA support. Got real pinched and it rocketed. So let's just watch, like I said, watching open today will be watching the first couple hours will show us, kind of give us an idea of where it's going. Look at ND futures real quick. This ND, I swear I had ND futures on here. NASDAQ futures. NQ, that's what it is. All right, so futures are actually downtrending for NASDAQ on the 15-minute chart, so keep that in mind, right? Futures run more because they run all night, so we get a little better picture where things are heading. So in 30-minute, it's still uptrending, but on the short term, it is actually in a downtrend right now, which could give us indication that NDX is going to have that pullback that we just talked about. So we could see a pullback to a previous support level. Even just right there. We'll just have to see, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. It is such a crazy market right now. Things are pumping. I would have thought the SPY would have given out and pulled back to 400 because 400 was a strong psychological resistance. Okay. We powered through it, and there is really still, okay, so 400 was a strong resistance. We powered through it, and we have yet to come back to retest. And there is still a big gap here that needs to be filled. But when the market pulls back, I bet we pull back to 400 to retest that for support. And then I think it'll continue to rip. So we see and then we see. All right, guys, everybody have a good day. See you guys in the room. If you have questions, DM me. You'll notice that I'm still not like just pumping out a ton of plays right now. And that is because I'm still waiting for some confirmations. We're in this uptrend, but recently here I've told you guys, so swings haven't worked for a long time because everybody was saying profit sooner. We are still waiting for confirmation to watch that swings are working, that breakouts are hitting price targets they're supposed to, and they're not getting cut off half early and then resuming to a downtrend. So we'll continue to do plays. I'm just telling you my personal opinion and then how I play. So I'm not one that's going to just rush and take a bunch of trades just because. I'm watching the market, protecting everybody or trying to protect everybody that follows me, and then we see. So have a good day. I'll be in chat. Message me if you have questions.
I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding.